Okay then, welcome back or welcome to the channel. Another Doctor Who reaction because they dropped two in the same week, which is great, but it makes me a busy boy. This one is 1402 and it's called The Devil's Chord. Now, I do know that has something to do, the episode has something to do with the Beatles, or at least Ruby's desire to see the Beatles. I don't think they're actually going to show or play any music actually from the Beatles because that's super heavily copyrighted. I don't think even the BBC can afford that. Right, Devil's Chord music. Devil's Chord is a tritone, sharpened fifth. It's an interval that it was called Diabolo de Musica, or the Devil's Interval, a long time ago, a couple of 100 years ago. And there was an urban myth that the church banned its use because it was, the devil's chord or the devil's interval. This is as I just said, this is a myth. It wasn't used very often because back then a lot of church music was based on vocals, the soprano, alto, tenor, bass vocal system, and obviously vocalists, there's no frets or any indication of where notes are on a voice, so singers have to find the right note, find the right manipulation of vocal cords in order to produce the note. And usually once a good vocalist has found the starting note, they can find all the other intervals from that. And this also includes, back then, horn players, because trumpets and trombones and things like that hadn't been invented yet. The valve system in brass instruments hadn't been invented. So again, the horn players had to find those notes. And the tritone is one of the hardest intervals for a vocalist to actually find. So its use was very limited back in the day. But once the technology caught up with music, its use became more and more frequent because it's a very dissonant chord. It's an unresolved interval, so it holds a lot of tension. So did the Beatles use tritones? I probably, in their psychedelic era, the Sergeant Pepper's, I'm having a mind blank. Magical Mystery Tour. I'm pretty sure there were some tritones used in things like I Am the Walrus and maybe Blue Jay Way. Maybe. I haven't got time to look into it now. So, Space Babies. Looks like I made some mistakes. It looks like the CGI mouths were used. I thought they still did a pretty good job of covering it up. I didn't notice. I don't really look at mouths. I look at eyes more than anything. So, Council of Geeks, I was watching her review of the episode because that is part of my Doctor Who experience, watching their reviews. And they pointed this out, and I was like, yeah, I'm glad they didn't use CGI in it, and they apparently did, and it wasn't that great. But I didn't notice, so I don't care. I just went along with the story as it was, and I enjoyed it. It wasn't massively anything to write home about, but it did have that feeling of Rose. Well, I would say the first three episodes of the original Christopher Eccleston series, Rose, End of the World, and The Unquiet Dead, are all sort of pilot. They're all exposition dumps to set up the mood of the Doctor, and because so many people were jumping into the Christopher Eccleston series having never seen the original classic series, and there was a lot of that going on in Space Babies. It was trying to cram lots of exposition all at once, but I think it still flowed pretty good. And it gets it out of the way for the new viewers that are jumping in at the moment now, the new fans. And there are new fans. I mean, don't believe the hype that all the haters are saying. I always knew Doctor Who wasn't made just for me. Or just for people that look like me. That was evident from the moment I started watching it. I don't know why that was made a big thing of. No one said anything about it wasn't made for people like me. They said it wasn't made exclusively for people like me. And I never expect any programme to be made exclusively for people like me. White people. White straight people. It's absurd that label has even come up. I'm sorry, I'm rambling now, but that irked me a little bit. That all the hate from a stupid comment, to be quite honest, but even so, oh no, sorry, I'm not gonna go into that conversation now. Ncuti Gatwa, brilliant performance in his first proper, what I would class as his first proper outing. A lot of tension. He played the tension and the humour and the frivolity really, really well. And to be quite honest, it's cemented my belief that he is definitely the Doctor. He's definitely my Doctor, as all of them actually have been. And I will say that even of Jodie Whittaker's Doctor. She wasn't my favourite, but she was definitely the Doctor. What else is there? Yes. The Timeless Children. Russell T Davies is acknowledging that the Timeless Children was a thing. The Gallifrey definitely is destroyed, and it was definitely the Master that did it. Well, that wasn't confirmed, but we can infer it. And Ncuti Gatwa was talking about being a refugee almost, that he was found, that the Time Lords and the Gallifreyans were the people that took him in, and that, as far as he's concerned, he is Gallifreyan because that's all he's ever really known. And there was a little bit of reality in that, because obviously Ncuti Gatwa was a Rwandan refugee that sought asylum in the UK, in Scotland. And he was very, very young, and Scotland's really all he's ever known. So I thought, yeah, there was something a little bit personal about that, I think. Anyway, I did intend to make that video about the hate and all that, but it seems like I'm just getting my feelings out here and there a little bit at a time. Oh, and the Doctor's not gay. Ncuti Gatwa may be gay, but the Doctor is not gay because he's Gallifreyan, and they have totally different rules regarding sexuality than humans. Gay is a human term. I just thought I'd repeat that. I've said that before. All these labels we have, they're human labels. Other species, other aliens won't necessarily have those terms. They won't even think in those terms. So, yeah, let's go. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, gosh.
Or they're gonna go through the whole myth of because reality's broken because of the toy maker. Are you the devil?
Nice to see you again, kiddo.
You know each other.
That's my daddy.
Don't be ridiculous.
You didn't look at my name, sir.
Harbinger.
Harbinger! Think of him as my prelude. All those melodies stifled and strangled inside you.
So potentially, he could have been the greatest. Oh, wow. She's eaten his music. Like his inspiration, his creativity, his musical creativity. All the music he could have or should have written.
Now.
Right now in 63, they are the EMI recording studios.
And how do we get in?
I didn't know that.
Who we are?
Fine for now. Maybe something stronger later on. What do you think, John?
Oh,
Welcome, Paul, lad.
we are seeing them.
Good night's sleep. You keep playing like that, we'll all have a good kid.
And a 3, 2, 1.
I've got a dog, he's called Fred. My dog is alive, he's not dead. I love my dog, he loves me.
I don't remember this song.
I've got a cat, only a dog.
Oh, that's Out of Time and all sorts. I didn't know Cilla Black was in the same recording studio as
Don't mind us.
the Beatles.
And roll to record, please.
What the hell is going on? No one's got any inspiration whatsoever. So she didn't just take it out of that guy.
Okay, so what do we do?
You take John Lennon, I'll take Paul McCartney, find out what happened and when it happens.
2 cups of tea, my darlings. That's half a crown, tar very much.
How much?
We started seeing sense. What we're doing here today is the last gasp. If I can make a bit of money out of cheap old rhymes, then I can settle down and get a proper job. It's embarrassing, singing.
Just want to finish the album, get back to Liverpool, and forget it.
Well, you can't do that. We need you.
What for? I'm no good at anything.
It's like they don't want to make music anymore.
Forget this life. Just have me tea and go to bed with a woman of my own, you know? That's all I want. And why do I wake up crying? I love you so much.
Oh, people didn't like that. They're everywhere. So that's what it is. They daren't play music in case Harbinger makes an appearance.
The world is darkening. I live over there.
You do what?
I live over there.
What do you mean?
Shoreditch. I'm there right now.
Okay, you're gonna
Oh,
again.
63.
Right now, I live in a place called Totter's Lane.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Ah, well, it comes out to Christmas with you, doesn't it? I need you to be there.
But what for?
At this moment in time, Ruby Sunday, you are the only music in the world. Let's see what happens if you bring music back.
Oh, pressure.
Oh, just no pressure.
Old people remembering, not only the old people, but it's going to let in Harbinger, isn't it? I'm not sure that the rules of this episode are. There you go. And the spell is broken. Yeah, that's the giggle. It's the toy maker's influence still. Are they one of the toy maker's minions?
The chorus of ancient songs calls me Maestro. And who are you? And music is mine!
I told you when we first met, I said the toy maker. And defeating him took everything. It ripped me in half.
But you survived.
It tore my soul in half. I can't survive that again.
No. It tore his soul in half? That seems like it would have long-lasting consequences there.
He warned me. He said, my legions...
My legions are coming. That's it, not my minions. My legions are coming.
But you made that silence with the sonic. That worked, didn't it?
Yeah, one trick. Once. That's all you get with the gods. Come with me.
Oh, he's not going to show her the... No, he can't show her the future of that. If they go there, they're going to become part of it, and it's going to cement, isn't it? Oh. Okay, then you can't become part of events if there's no one around to cement it. Okay, now get back and stop Maestro. Oh, Maestro's there still. Looking slightly different.
You stepped from one time to another like the Lord Temporal, who trapped my father and bound him in salt.
They're a child of the toy maker, are they?
And power like him? Like who? The oldest one? On the night of her birth. He can't have been there.
Hey.
Before.
Who was there?
Yeah, who was there? Well, who was there? But
Can you find it? The lost chord. Are you enough of a genius?
Oh, I would never call myself that, Maestro.
oh, yes, you would.
I have lived. I can find the chord to banish you. Just one more.
Wrong.
No.
Oh, the notes are still hanging in the air, so just got to find that last one.
We need you.
What for? I'm not good at anything.
They found it. Ah, see, so the one who waits again, which is going to be really confusing for people that did use Space Babies as a starting off point, because they won't have seen the 60th anniversary specials.
One thing that I should warn you about, Ruby, and this is really very serious. With all my adventures throughout time and space, I have to tell you, there's always a twist at the end.
Oh, fourth wall break, eh? Oh. the twist. Right. Okay. Okay, that ending really put a downer on the whole thing. It went on for far too long, and I didn't like it. What? We're a musical. We're a musical show now, are we? Apart from that, it was a really good episode. I know I misgendered the person playing Maestro a couple of times. Sorry about that. They were pretty good as the toy maker's child. Had a lot of gravitas, had a lot of pizzazz. I'm not really surprised, given who it was. A lot of flair. Yeah, pretty good performance. The whole thing with the Beatles and the whole plot line of music being, well, feeding this thing, and as a consequence the world ends because we haven't got music in our hearts. I like the idea of that. As a musician, I fully approve of that storyline. It was there was bits where it was a little bit far-fetched and a little bit over the top, but on the whole, up until that fourth wall break, I would give it a 5 out of 10. Average. Wasn't as good as it could have been, but it was still fairly good, and it sets up the one who waits. We don't know who that is, and the fact that there was somebody else at the church when Ruby was abandoned. Or were they talking about Ruby's mother? Or at least the person that walked away? And we remember that there was that memory change as well, because she now points at the doctor. So what's going on there? And we now have solid proof that the toy maker's influence has not yet dissipated. The bounds of reality are still broken. So I don't know what that's going to lead up to, but I'm looking forward to it. And then we've got that ending. It was a good joke, a twist at the end, and then they're all doing the twist. And obviously they couldn't use Beatles music for that. So they created their own, but it went on for far too long. Way, way, way too long. That's my only complaint about the episode, really. It's just that ending went on too long, and it was a little bit over the top. And then the piano zebra crossing thing. No. Don't make a habit of that, Russell. Don't make a habit of that, please, because that was just a bit too silly for me. But I'm sure some people liked it, and it's not as silly as farting aliens or a snot monster. So I think I can safely ignore it. On a rewatch, I'll probably just turn it off at that point, because the episode's effectively over by then anyway. But yeah, not bad, not great. For a second episode, I'll give it a hard pass on it being average, because we need slow build up. We've got another 8 or so episodes to go yet, so I'm hoping we're going to get at least 10 episodes this season. It's probably going to be 8, but oh well. Okay, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Well, next week for the next episode. I don't know what that's going to be. I managed to cut off before I got a next time there, so I don't know anything about the next episode. Yeah, keep well. Comment in the comment sections of whether you like this episode or not, but keep it fair, keep it friendly, please. Catch you next time.